everyone, how are we doing today? I hope you're all well. It's a beautiful blue sky here, but it is cold. So yeah, perfect time to craft. And today I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate my Christmas journal cover. So yeah, I am very happy to spend time with you as always. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know how busy everybody is, especially this time of the year. Right, I have got the base of my journal cover together. If you're not sure how to do that, I do have videos that you can watch. I will put them into the playlist for the Rustic Christmas journal, so you can see how to make the base and cover it if that's what you need help with. All right, so I tend to do that with each video project. Sorry, each journal project. Right, so I've got my little candle here. That's just to give me a firm flat surface to work on. I have used bookboard here, covered it in the way that you can follow along with to one of those videos, and put the journal cover on, which is like a nice patchwork cover. And this is the fabric from my fabric bundles, so that's part of the ultimate bundle, or I do sell the fabric bundles, ribbon and lace bundles in my shop. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. It's a little bit different to what I usually do, but lots of layering, guys, and predominantly I have used my ultimate bundle, my ultimate rustic Christmas bundle, to do this. So I've put the cover on, as I said, so that's all done, and that wasn't hard to do. Right, I'm going to show you a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to show you is this little pouch that I shared with you when I actually launched my Christmas journal. I'm going to talk you through how I made this. These actual Hessian pouches are part of the ultimate bundle, so you will receive that there. Inside one of these you have all the twines, and the other one you've got your elasticated cord, which we're going to use not today, but to make our signatures here. All right, so that's what this is. Now I've taken one of the cords from here and just made a knot at two ends, draped it over, and tied 4 little bows, which are ribbons from the ultimate bundle. Okay, and then I stuck it down. But before I stuck that down, it was the last thing I stuck down, I took this little element from the ephemera bundle, and I've stitched it onto a piece of holly fabric from the fabric bundle, and then onto a piece of the cream base, which I love this fabric. It's this one on there, and then I've just underneath that stuck these 2 lace pieces, and I've just wrapped them round like that because you're not going to see the back. All right, I have now just sewn one of the large tags, put in a piece of ribbon. I've used a bulb clip here, but you can use jump rings. I've just put on a star charm there. You don't have to do that. That's going to go in here ultimately, so I've left it in here. All right, so that's the piece that you want to make. It's going to go ultimately on the top, but we've got lots to do underneath here. All right, so there's your first little bit. That doesn't take very long to make, really. Okay, the next bit that I want you to grab is your fabrics. Now we're going to use lots of fabric today. Right, so I've used this red one. Okay, this is from the fabric bundle. I have measured, let me get my little ruler. I have torn this. Well, actually I cut it, and then I sort of fringed it. So you've got 5 inches that way by 7 inches, just short of 7 inches, so it's 5 inches up, so half the size of your piece that you get in your fabric bundle. All right, so in centimeters you're looking at 12.5 by 17, almost 18 centimeters. Okay, that piece is going to go on here like that. All right, and I might just get these stuck down as we go. Here's the second piece. This is also part of that fabric bundle. This one is slightly smaller. It's 4.5 by, I think, the length of it? 7, yeah. So it's 4.5 inches wide. And the length, and this one, that means you're looking at 11.5 by the length, which is almost 18. All right. We are going to place it slightly lower. It will be slightly longer there, but we just want to have it so that it's got an evenish border all around. Okay. Now, I'm just going to use this as a guide. That's going to end up going on top of this, but I don't want it too far up. I'm going to edge it closer this way. All right, so that you've got a bit of a gap here. I'll keep doing this just to see that I've got everything where I want it. Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to stick these two down. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac glue. And the way I do this is I don't want to move it, so I just do it 1 by 1, half by half. If that makes any sense at all. Right. So it was about there, and I can always come back and stick the edges. Now, if you don't have a candle or something, just take a couple of books to make a firm enough surface here for you. Books are probably better. All right, so we've got that there. And we can go and put that one back. Hopefully I've got this straight. All right, and I can take that one off now. And then I can, that goes up to here. So this is where we've got to go. All right, I love decorating the covers. It makes me feel like we've really made headway when I've done the cover. And I don't like leaving it to the end, because sometimes at the end I feel a little bit like I just want it done. I've had enough kind of thing. So I sort of like to do it in the first half of the project, from either the start or the middle, when I have a general idea of where I'm going with it. And to be honest, guys, I don't know where I'm going with it half the time. I have a general feel, but sometimes I surprise, or often I surprise myself. So, you know, don't feel that you're alone if you feel like that. Just go a little bit closer. My attitude is we have the tools and it will come together. That's the way. And you know, it's nice to surprise yourself, even as the designer. Okay, and we can slide that down. Look, we've got a layer on here already. Isn't that great? Right, now I've got to think about the order of things. Now the next bit is I'm going to take some lace. All right, this is this lovely pointed lace, which is so pretty. I want to get it pretty close to the bottom, pretty close. I'm going to do a little bit extra because I'm going to stick that round the corner there. You can cut it off, but I like neat edges, so I'm going to stick this, and I'm going to put I'm going to remove this now, open this up, and I want to get it all the way around. Yeah, all the way around. So I'm going to just do like that. I've got these little guides here for this, and I'm going to get that stuck all the way around. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to take the velvet, this lovely olive velvet, and I'm going to get that stuck on just above there like that. Okay, so again, do it piece by piece. Right. Okay, so we've got those two on. Got a bit of fluff here, but I'll get that off. One thing I thought I should mention, although it doesn't really matter, is this, make sure when you're choosing the front of your journal that the hearts are the right way up, although a lot of it will be covered. It won't be so much on the back. All right, so we've got that bit done now. So far, so good. Right, now comes a little bit more of an intricate bit. We're going to put this to the side just for a bit. Excuse me. And what I want you to do is take these two fabrics now. All right, so it's this beautiful Christmas rose, and then this one. All right, I have done some ironing here. I'm going to talk you through. Now, the piece that you get from me is about 10 inches by 7 inches. All right, so it's actually 7 wide and 10 long. What I've done is cut it straight in half, both of them. So the red piece and the cream piece. All right, and then I have joined them so that you've got a long strip like this. Okay, I have sewn it, but you can just glue it and just iron it. All right, you can stitch it by hand if you want to. It's just to join the piece up there in the middle. All right, and I've done the same with this. Now, what I've done is I've taken my iron just to save me time, and I have actually ironed over a little edge here. All right, now what you need is to fold the edge, and ironing helps, and I'm going to glue this, but you can stitch it so that you've got a finished width here of, what is this, almost 2.5 inches, or 2 3/4 inches. All right, in centimeters that is 6.7 centimeters there or thereabouts. Okay, and I am going to take my fabric glue and carefully I'm just putting very little on here. You don't want it to ooze through, so, but I do want it just to hold this down. So I'm just going to do it piece by piece. So there's the one, and then this side as well. All right, so you want a finished width of about 2 3/4 inches, so 6.7 centimeters, thereabouts, guys. You'll see where I'm going with this. Yeah, and do that to both sides. Okay, so we've got that one done. We are going to stick it down, but we want to just keep it like it is at the minute. Then we're going to do the same with this one. You've cut it in half, so you've got these long strips of 3.5 inches wide. We join them in the middle, yeah, and iron it, and then I am going to fold it over slightly more. All right, so that you've got a piece that's going to show through like this. Let's just get it there. All right, so you've got that sort of look. All right, and that is, what is that, 1 7/8 of an inch. Okay, and in centimeters that's about 4.8-ish. All right, just so that you've got an even amount of gap on either side there, like that. And we're going to do exactly the same with this, with the glue. So just get a little bit of glue on there. All right, so we've got that done. Just going to put a little bit more here. Right, so we're going to lay those on top of each other like that. Yeah. All right, so we are ultimately going to stick those down. You can, I might stitch them on top of each other, we'll see. Now what I've done is I've taken this piece that's part of my ribbon bundle. I've just got a little scraggly bit there, and I've threaded through the stitch cross grain ribbon, the nice sage color. All right, and I'm going to put that on the top there like that. All right, so I've made a little bit longer there because I want to tuck that around again. Yeah, something like that, we'll see. Okay, and you want to thread that through so that you can put that right through the middle. All right, now before we go and stitch or stick or whatever, probably sticking is easier, I do want to thread through the closure as well. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to this top here. I want to do the closure now. So what you need to do is, this is 2 meters. You want to open this up completely like that, and you want to find the middle by folding it in half. All right, so that middle there is going to go onto the join over here. All right, before I do that, let's just, I think this is slightly longer, so let's just check that this isn't too long. All right, so here's the middle. Yeah, this is my bits here, and we want to just, we can either turn it under like that. That could work, because I am going to be sticking paper on the inside there, so that would work. Yeah, but I think it needs to be just a little bit further down, like this. So I think that we should go and get that stuck down. If you don't want to wrap it around your paper there, it does sort of make a bit of a lumpy bit when you put the lining paper on the inside here. So that's up to you. Right, so I'm going to just make a little mark with my pencil. That's my answer to this sort of thing. So if I move this up, and I can see that I've got it about, I can just see that there. Should we go with it there? So it's 3 inches down. I'm going to just put some marks with pencil here. We're putting stuff over here, so you're not really going to see it. All right, and then the same on this side. You want 3 inches down. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go there. And then at least you know you've got it straight, which is always a plus, isn't it? Okay, so there we go. Let's get that down. So here we go. Right, so we've got that stuck all the way down. All right. Oh, it's quite nerve-wracking because, you know, this was in my mind, and of course I haven't exactly worked it through in reality, except with you guys right now. So that's always nerve-wracking. Right, I'm going to just put a little bit more glue on here, and I'm going to fold this round. Put that there and that there. Okay, and do the same on that side. I'm just cutting this a little bit narrower. And I'll probably find something to use those for. Okay, so we've got all of that on there. I know there's a lot going on, but it's going to look lovely in the end. Okay, this is the time now where you want to find the middle of your ribbon, your closure. This is it. We're going to get that over here. Centralize it that way, yeah. And we will go and stick that down. So I won't bore you with all the sticking. I need to go get more glue anyway. So we will do that. Okay, so we're coming along nicely. Right, now you want to take this bit and we're going to stick that over this bit. So we're hiding the closure, and I think I will have to trim this off a little bit. So let's just see where we need to do that. Now it's a case of, let me trim this off and I will give it a bit of a ruffled edge. Otherwise it's going to be too bulky if I put it all right around the cover. So I think I'll give it a bit of a rustic edge here, like a nice rough, what do we call, afraid. That's the word I'm trying to look for. Alright, so I can move that slightly down and like this, and we're going to get it there. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing and then I will go and do it. So on this side as well, I'm going to cut that off just there. All right, and again I'm going to just ruffle a bit of the, so we will go and get that stuck in place. And then the very last thing we want to get stuck in place is this one here. All right, which is, I think, just looks stunning. Right, with this one I am going to just trim that right off like that. I'm going to put glue on the end here so that it doesn't unravel. I don't particularly want that one to unravel. So I will just put some glue on there and get that over there and stick that all down. All right, let me go and grab another bottle of glue and stick these down, and I'll be right back here with you. Okay, so there I've got everything stuck down, and I really like how that's looking so far. It's coming together. I know it looks like quite a lot of layers, but we're doing something special for Christmas and I want it to look rustic. So there we go. Got glue all over myself, so excuse that. So now you want to carefully just turn that over. It's got a nice bit on the back there now. Right, so you got your closure ready. Get your books or candle or whatever it is that you're going to use here. And we want to put, I just want to put a few bits and pieces of decoration at the top here so that it finishes off the rustic feel. All right, so these stamp bits that I cut out in the two different greens, I've got one of the pine cones. Now you can use die cuts, you can use whatever you want. I'm going to get these stuck on. I'm going to stick this on as well, and then I've got some little die cut bits and pieces here. All right, so I'm going to go with sticking these on and also being quite mindful of this bit. So we'll get that sort of stuck over there in a minute. So I'm just mindful of where this bit needs to go. So I'm going to be doing this slowly but surely. As I said, I haven't made one of these before. I'm going with my vision in my head, as you do, you know. So I'm going to get that one there and this one on the other side. Now you can even cut bits from books, you know, floral books or whatever you have, draw them, whatever you want, guys. This is just a stamp that I had that I have been using for this, which I've been enjoying. Right, I'm not going to use this for the rest. It's got really gummy now. Okay, now I've got some of the die cuts that I had. This is from the cardstock. And I'm going to just have to see where I'm going to position them. I'm sort of looking like this. And again, I'm going to have to just move this to see. Yeah, that's looking good. So I'm going to just take my glue here and get loads of it on. Okay, where did I say now? About there. Okay, so we want that to be like about there. And then we'll take this one. Yeah, I'm sort of gauging the edge here more than anything. They're not the same, so that's fine. It's rustic, so, you know. Then I've got two of these hollies in different greens. And again, my trusty method of working this out. We're going to have one poking up this way. Alright, so we'll get this one. Let's just get it up this way then. Yeah, and then this one goes the other way, so. And we'll get it up that way. And then I've just got these little ferny bits, or the furs or something, I think. Let's just see now. I've got that like that, and I just want a little sprig of green there and a sprig of green there. Yeah, I'll give it all a good press. And then the last thing are these pine cones, which we're going to have over there. So let's get that on. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to get on there now. You can't really see these too well. I want to just move this up a bit. Yeah, if I press it down, let's just see. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay. So we've got a bit of like a mantle going on here. That's my sort of thinking. Okay, and now the last thing is we want to stick our, take your tag out and just be mindful, put your hand in here because you don't want the glue going through. Take out our candle and give that a good press. Right, and there's going to be the front cover. Now, before that gets a chance, I'm going to just run my bone fold in here, just in case it's got any ideas about sticking these two sides together. All right, so we've got our closure here, which is great, perfect. Shouldn't really put this in here now, but I will, just so that you can see the finished effect. And there we have it. How adorable is that? And yeah, I will finish up the inside and show you how I do that with what I'm going to use. And yeah, and you'll have a video so that you can follow along. I will be putting in 3 different elastic cord sections for the insert and the 2 signatures. All right, so that gives you a sort of an idea. I haven't done it beautifully, but there you go. There's our Christmas cover. I hope that you like it. Yeah, it's a bit different to what I normally do, but I wanted it to look rustic, so I hope it does. Okay, guys, I feel like I've had a little bit of a stress now because I had no idea what it was going to turn out like, but there you go. I hope that you like it. I quite like it. And go and give it a go. I'd love to see how yours turn out. Okay, have a fabulous weekend. I will have a lovely video for you again on Tuesday, so go and enjoy yourselves. Keep warm if it's cold where you are. It's sure cold here. And if you're enjoying the throes of spring come into summer, well, I am jealous. But think of us. Take good care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.